Welcome to Empower Women at Work. Welcome to Bernadette Lucanas, our guest, who's calling in from Melbourne, Australia. Welcome, Berns.
Thank you so much, Elaine, and I'm really very excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. My big thank you to you in advance. Our topic for this Empower Women at Work is diversity and inclusion and women leadership. Berns, you've been working in Australia. For how long is that now?
It's close to 2 years next
For
month.
2 years
Flies.
now. Wow, time flies, So the last time I saw you here in Singapore and of course in Australia when we were visiting Melbourne, it seemed like a decade ago, but time flies. So what's the highlight of your experience working in Australia and in a big IT company, a big technology company, which is Google, this last 2 years? How has it been?
A lot of highlights to mention, but one thing that I'm really most proud of is really transitioning into big changes. So when I came here, and even my manager acknowledged it, that I'm going through so much changes. So moving to a different country, moving to a different industry, moving to a different role.
Mm-hmm.
So just going through that change and transition for the last 2 years, and I'm still adjusting until now. I really is a very big accomplishment. And then bringing the entire family here, settling the kids, their schools and everything. So yeah, I'm just very proud of that happened.
That transition, major
Yeah,
transition.
major change and transition, just coping with change. So I
Yes.
believe one of my strength really is being able to embrace change.
Mhm.
And I believe I had that session, individual one-on-one mentoring with you. And we had this session about strength. And one of my key strength really is yeah, being adaptable to change. So that's one attribute I believe that brought me this far to Australia and as well with Google,
Mhm.
being able to just embrace change and adapt to it.
Mhm. Very proud of you, Berns. Very proud of you. And true enough, embracing change, have helped you to be where you are today. You have this initiative or advocacy. I don't know if how we should term it, and perhaps you can tell us more about it. I am remarkable. Can you tell us more about that, Berns?
Yes, I Am Remarkable is a Google initiative. We do have 20% project wherein we can spend 20% of our time doing activities outside of our role. So for my 20% project, I commit to doing diversity and inclusion initiatives. And one of those really is the I Am Remarkable program, wherein I'm one of the facilitators and as well as the site lead in Melbourne. And this is something that I'm really very passionate about in terms of spreading and promoting it, because I have experienced and seen the impact that it has, and as well as sharing the learnings and realization that over time I have learned in terms of empowering yourself. So self-advocacy is something that I'm really very passionate about, and I believe that is also something that can help women in terms of their career development.
Mhm.
So I'm Remarkable. It's a 90-minute workshop.
Mhm.
We deliver it to also externally to nonprofits, and it's a simple workshop, but the objective is really to change the perception about self-promotion. So some people are not comfortable self-promoting, and I believe it's a common struggle among women, because we are really very critical of ourselves. Even with the success and achievements that we have, we still find fault with ourselves. We still invest a lot of effort improving ourselves
Mhm.
instead of working on our strengths.
Mhm.
So I believe that realization over my career, and sharing that with other women, is really what I'm very passionate about. And I can talk nonstop just on this topic. So it's really close close to me because over time, during my entire career, I always thought that there's something wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I get feedback from managers saying that I'm not aggressive enough during meetings, or I'm not very assertive, not really about what is lacking in you, but because you have a different style.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to bring your authentic self to
Mm-hmm.
work is really very important, and that's something that we are advocating within Google, in terms of promoting diversity and inclusion. So making sure that we embrace our differences and we celebrate our differences, and we can bring our authentic self to work is very, very, very important.
Mhm. Very, very inspiring. That is very empowering, to be true to yourself, to be authentic, and to bring that to the workplace and to look at the strengths, as you said, rather than the weaknesses. You deliver workshops. What successes or changes have you seen, or transformation have you seen so far from those companies or teams or groups that where you have done it?
So for each workshop, we normally send out survey,
Mm-hmm.
and out of those surveys, so that's how we measure the success, by gathering survey and then collecting all the metrics. And most or majority of the participants who attend the workshop, they have more confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out of the workshop, they have more confidence, and they realize the importance of really promoting your achievements,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the workplace. And it's not just limited to the workplace, but as well as in your professional life.
Mm-hmm.
So even as a mother, sometimes we underplay or downplay our contributions to, for example, raising the kids.
Yeah.
So sometimes I also promote what I'm doing for my kids. So I will tell them, mommy's doing this because I want you to study well and be in a good school. So just promoting those efforts so that the kids will also have an appreciation, not just bragging about what you have provided for them, but really teaching them about being grateful of what they have at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we've also heard or gathered feedback that some of the participants have actually put their hands for that promotion that they've been trying to hold,
Mm-hmm.
or they have also jumped into a new business endeavor. So there's a lot of success stories that came out of the workshop.
Mhm. That is great to know, Burns. On the other hand, have there been any challenges in doing this? And if so, what kind of challenges have you faced?
So most of the participants, especially in Asia,
Mm-hmm.
the challenge that they shared is about culture. So, what is acceptable in terms of cultural norms?
Mm-hmm.
And we always say that we don't really change the culture, but at least with this effort, we can make small steps towards modeling the behavior and creating a community or a support platform wherein women can safely be themselves and just promote themselves. So we always say that the change should start within yourself,
Mm-hmm.
within ourselves. And
Yes.
then when people see those behaviors, then it becomes acceptable, it becomes a norm. So starting that change with yourself and then sharing that experience with others until we create a platform wherein everyone consider that as an acceptable or as a norm, then we can create that change.
Mhm. Totally agree with you. So it all starts with us. And of course, from there, it spreads and that becomes a contagious um, atmosphere or situation, in terms of being confident, being authentic, and being empowered. So, one last question, Burns. What advices do you have for many aspiring women, to be in leadership position, to be in technology companies?
of course, I've learned from a lot of mentors. So what I'm going to provide is not really original, but those that I have learned over time from mentors, including you, Elaine. Um, so what I see that helped me a lot is really taking risk.
Mhm.
So you will never know your potential until you go out of your comfort zone, try something different. I have never imagined that if I look back, I've never imagined that I can accomplish what I have done so far. Had I not taken the risk, or had I hesitated or not taken the challenge or opportunity.
Mhm.
So really going out of your comfort zone, and that's where learning comes.
Mhm.
And of course, along the way, we will make mistakes, and I have done so many mistakes, and I've failed. I've had rejections, in some of my decisions, but it's really learning from those mistakes and keep on learning and developing yourself. I believe can help you go far and achieve your goals and aspirations.
Thank you. Thank you for those advices, Berns. Again, thank you so much for your time and for those empowering stories and advices that you have given. I wish you all the best in your initiative. I am remarkable, and of course, in your role in Google, and more importantly, your role in life, as a mother, as a wife, in all the advocacies or initiatives or passions that you will pursue. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
yeah. Thank you also so much, Elaine. And you're one of my inspirations and mentor. And as well as I'm very lucky to have you as my friend as well. Thank you.
As you are to me. You're a dear friend, you're an inspiration, and of course we'll keep in touch with each other and be a partner and support each other. Thank you so
Yes.
much, Berns.
Thanks. Thank you, Elaine.